Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 4th of October. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director of Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is a weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts for you. So this week we have Pro Medicus, Mesoblast, Rhinomed, Bellamy's and Yowie. If you have a request, send us an email. Also just bear in mind any advice is general only. And if you do enjoy the video, please hit that social media button and share it with your friends. Okay, starting off with Pro Medicus. So fantastic looking chart. This is a weekly chart going back the last 3 years. It most recently caught our attention in the middle of this year, where in our report that we send out to clients, the Dynamic Investor, we noticed the breakout here. And look, if you're not getting our Dynamic Investor report, hit us up for a free trial. You can get a trial for 8 weeks. So we spotted the breakout here. We ended up with a little retest, and then the rally has been very strong since then. And as we can see, the volume's been picking up as well. So far so good. Just moving to a daily chart, I guess perhaps an early warning sign that we might just see some short-term weakness. So we've had this sort of negative candle here 2 days ago. Just need to see what the stock does near this candle. So if it just trades, I guess, in the lower half of the range for this candle, it will imply that we're going to get a little bit of short-term weakness. The long-term uptrend is still there, but we might just get a little bit of short-term weakness. Moving on to Mesoblast. So finally we've seen a break through that sort of $2 level. So we'll just sort of zoom out a bit more on the weekly charts. As we can see, we've had a few, I guess, false starts. It's one that we've tracked for a while, but finally a convincing break with a nice close well above this resistance level. That implies that we could continue to see it rally. I think the obvious target next is near $3. Just short term, so I'll just move to the daily chart. Short term, yeah, a bit of a sell-off there a couple of days ago. The stock's managed to bounce back a bit. So again, we need to look at the body of this, I guess, dominant candle. If Mesoblast can't really do much beyond the midpoint, then I'd say we're going to get a bit of weakness for a while. And some of you may wish to take profits. However, if we get a decent recovery pretty quickly, we'd be looking at the $3 level. Rhinomed. So we've got a nice, looks like there's been a nice sort of low there, sort of rounded out. Clearly, this was the previous resistance level near 25 cents. So we've had sort of this rounded low, I guess a bit of a pullback under the low and then a clear break, pullback under resistance, then a clear break above that, and volumes kicking in. So look, so far so good. I'd probably say the next target is up here near 50 cents. But yeah, all indications are at the moment that that this thing will head up to that level. Bellamy's, the chart still looks weak. Clearly it's just falling away here. This is a weekly chart, so we'll zoom in for the last couple of years. What I think's happening here is that we're getting this triangle forming. The preceding trend was down. Triangle means the most likely break is to the downside, unfortunately. Obviously it hasn't done that yet, but that's where the probabilities lie. And if that was to occur, I'd say we're probably looking at that sort of sub $8 level. It's really hard to try to pick a level. Best thing to say is looks weak at the moment. Unless I see some strong buying, I wouldn't be wanting to buy it myself. Okay, Yowie finally, 3-year weekly chart. As we could see, it's been sliding quite badly. Seems to be rounding off here, so I guess early signs that maybe it's finding a low. Looking at the daily chart, so that's that rounded low. and then some nice impulsive moves recently. So a bit of interest is coming into the stock. I guess that's an early sign if you're a little bit more of a risk taker. I guess that's an early sign that you could probably buy some shares. If you're looking for a little bit more certainty, there's no such thing as full certainty in the market, but a little bit more certainty, I'd be wanting to see it, I guess, clear this level here. This looks like it's going to be a bit of an issue around that sort of 20 cent mark. So I think if it sort of rounds out here, maybe does a test, comes back and then pushes through it, then I think that would be a clearer buy signal. All right, well, that's it for this week. If you have a request, send it through and we'll look at it in our next video.